Hello, everyone. We have got a really interesting book launch for you today. And the beautiful book that we've got is Wendy Talks Menopause. So, Wendy, and I always try and get this right, but it's Naumovski. There we go. Wendy Naumovski, welcome today to the book launch of your amazing book, Wendy Talks Menopause.
Thank you, Susan.
Fantastic. So, as we said, Wendy talks menopause. What no one told me, what I learned, and how you can thrive. I think this is such a topic that is really needs to be spoken about more. Your book is so important and it's such a personal book. And I love your raw and honest writing that you do in this book. But tell us, what did inspire you to write this book? And have you always wanted to write a book?
Okay, so there's two different reasons what inspired me. Firstly was an overspill of clients coming into the salon and crying and sort of leaning on me, obviously having hair issues and couldn't work out what was wrong with them. And secondly, I lost my grandma a year ago, and during my menopausal experience, a lot of generational trauma came up, and obviously how she grew up and my mum. Literally, it was a time to be seen, and I'm doing this for her. So just to help other women in the community.
And I love that, Wendy. And as some people may or may not know, you do come from a hairdressing background, and hairdressers are like our little counselors. So people would be open and honest and have that conversation with you. And not only were they having, like you said, issues with their hair, but, with their life. So in your writing, was writing the book something that you thought you'd ever do? And what was the experience like for you? Was this something that you were kind of writing as a little bit of a journal along your process? Tell me a bit about that.
So from young, I've always wanted to write a book. I actually wanted to be a journalist when I was younger, so that didn't pursue. And I'm grateful for where I'm at today. It just shows that it's never too late to do what you want to do. So I've pursued my dreams in actually writing my book. And I feel moving forward that it was my way of healing, and it was my, as you say, it was a journal. I've always loved writing, and growing up I would always write letters to friends and have pen pals, and yeah, it just wasn't labeled journaling. It was just writing little letters where now I got to express, share emotions, everything through the book, which is great. Love it.
I love that because it's really a healing journey for you, but it's really going to be a great asset to so many people that are going through perimenopause and menopause. Because what I like about your book is that it's raw, it's real, and it's honest. And you share your vulnerability and your journey as you go through this. And I think that healing for you will be healing for others as they read the book and get some great answers. And I know that you tried doing it on your own and figuring out what the hell was happening. And then you mentioned in your book, and just as I mentioned, you're a hairdresser. So you were hearing other people's stories and also going through that yourself. It then led you to create a revolutionary product that is a new hairstyle brand to help people going through that. Tell me just a little bit about that.
Okay, so it's not out yet. We probably haven't a few months away yet, but it's definitely, I found it hard to recommend to clients the appropriate product for a woman going through menopause. And the feedback I was getting was if they were to go into a hair shop and say, I'm going through menopause, they would not understand what the symptoms were or what shampoos or products to give them. So that was a bit of a light bulb moment. And I have come up with a four range product that helps with the top five of problems with the hair with women going through menopause.
I love that. It's a real solution. So you've taken your craft and your experience and really given a solution, not only by sharing your experience in the book, but now you've come up with a solution but it's coming out soon. We'll have to look out for that one. As I mentioned, you tried to navigate this on your own and what was going on. And I know that you share a lot about that in the book, which I think readers will get a lot of understanding, because sometimes we get in our own head and we say, oh, maybe it's because we've had a bad day, or maybe it's this and that. And so it gives that validation that, hey, maybe something could be really going on that I could do something about. And I know your book features some of the number of holistic practitioners that you use, that when you finally started to research and reach out. And you personally use some holistic modalities that helped you through menopause. Can you share maybe just one or two examples? They'll have to read the book to get this whole information and story, but some examples of what you did and how it helped you through that phase.
Sure. So having Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, and menopause don't like each other. So when someone would say, "Oh, it's just menopause," yes, I know it's just menopause, but the symptoms were twice as much because I have Hashimoto's as well. So for me, it was a lot of trial and error, and obviously being in my salon talking to other clients and have you tried this and what about this? So I tried kinesiology, and she's a client of mine, and I did it for the first time whilst going through menopause, and I literally fell off the table because we don't realize how much we store within us, and I just felt so light after the session. It was mind blowing. Yes, that kinesiology, and I also a lot more lymphatic massages because obviously lymphatics are sort of draining and the body's just changing. And so I've been working with a great company as well, but it's trial and error. What might work for me might not work for you, but it's just an overall guide of basically what people can look into to help themselves.
I love that, because essentially, when people can look at what works for them, we're all dealing with sometimes other issues. But I think what's so important is, rather than doing it alone, there is some help out there. If someone that's feeling really alone, what advice would you give if they're struggling with physical, mental, emotional symptoms? Where could they start? I know there's lots in the book, but if we could leave the listeners with one tip today about what you think they could do if they're absolutely struggling right now, what would that be?
I tried sound healing and I found that just blocked out the heaviness in my brain, the brain fog, anything to meditate, anything that's going to just calm the brain down from the voices mentally, physically, find something that you love. As we get older, we don't want to be sort of going into that hardcore gym exercise. We're too tired, everything's sore. So finding something that's going to help relieve a little bit of that adrenaline, and which obviously reformer Pilates was great for me. So yeah,
I
definitely.
love that. So there's so much that is jam-packed in this book. Thank you so much for trusting in us to get your message out there. I think more people need to learn about this. And just on that, very quickly, we're going to put the link down below for people to be able to purchase this book. And I just want to highlight, this isn't just a book for females, right? Men can really learn. And when women are going through this phase, there's a lot of stages that women do feel their hormones are going crazy. But for men to understand this a little bit more, tell me a little bit about that. I know that you were on radio recently and a lot of men reached out. Tell me about what you think about what men could learn from this book.
Men tend to want to fix us, and I suppose it's a way that we don't want to be fixed. And I was only speaking to a client today. It's like we want them there, but we don't want them there. They need to have that sort of guide. And I think with the book, expressing from my husband's perspective what to do, when to take a step back, when to talk, when not to talk. It's a journey. And if they do want to ride the roller coaster journey with us, great. If they don't, I mean, it's a personal, it can be quite intimidating for the male to see their partners in such a state. And I just feel with the book and my husband's support, I think it will help a lot of men drive the car with their wives together and take it on board. And yeah,
Not kill each other.
exactly. Yes.
Beautiful. I love it. So thank you so much, Wendy. We're going to put the link below. Wendy Talks Menopause. It's a great, real, raw and honest journey, and lots of lessons and learnings and lots of activities that you can do for yourself throughout this. So thank you so much. Grab the book. The link will be below. And congratulations again, Wendy.
Thank you, Susan, and thanks to Dean Publishing for all your help. It's been amazing.